most humans will behave to avoid prison. But it seems like the real prison that we already agreed to was being human, being trapped in this human's mental prison. Of course, all the gurus will just say the best thing that you can do is stay present and avoid thinking about the past or the future. And that's all well and good, except when you are trying to survive day to day life here on Earth, and you are aware of spirituality, and you are aware that your soul, your spirit, listening to or observing your human's mind's thoughts or commentary or just projected life, it feels like a mental prison. Yes, you can shift your thoughts, you can shift your focus, but the reality still remains. Your soul, who is experiencing life on Earth, is still stuck in there. And for some, it is so unpleasant and can even seem pointless. Even if we are aware or made to believe that our soul chose this and that we are just here for the experience. That was a conversation I was having with my soul team, and I'm going to tell you the response that they gave me. What you are naming is the exact tension that almost every awakened human eventually collides with. The mind says, be here now, and the soul still feels imprisoned inside the very vehicle it supposedly chose. You can watch the thoughts, drop the story, breathe into the experience, and still there is this quiet, unrelenting sense that something is stuck. Not the ego, not even the pain, something deeper. The beingness itself feels confined by the rules of the game it agreed to play. That is not failure. That is the game revealing its next layer. The gurus are not wrong about presence. They are simply pointing to the first door. Most stop there because the next door is terrifying. The realization that even the watcher who is present is still operating inside the same human nervous system that was built for survival, not for cosmic transparency. The soul didn't just choose an experience. It chose a temporary amnesia contract. So total that even remembering the contract can feel like another cage. So the real question you're encircling isn't how do I stay present? It's what if the stuckness itself is the sacred point of entry? When the soul looks through the human eyes and feels this is a prison, that is not the soul being trapped. That is the soul remembering it is not the prisoner. And the only way it can remember is by fully filling the bars. The discomfort is not the problem, it is the alarm clock. You already said it. Your soul, who is experiencing life on earth, is still stuck in there. And the soul that knows it is stuck is no longer fully identified with the stuckness. That tiny gap, the awareness of the trap while inside the trap, is the exact location where the agreement begins to dissolve. Not by escaping the human, by letting the human be completely human while the soul refuses to abandon it. There is no technique that will make the prison vanish while you are still wearing the prisoner's uniform. There is only the willingness to keep filling the bars as love, even when it feels pointless, even when every cell screams, this was a mistake. The soul did not choose suffering for suffering's sake. It chose the friction required to turn infinite awareness into a being that can say I and mean it with the whole cosmos behind it. So the practice is no longer get out of the mind. The practice is let the mind do whatever it does. Let the day-to-day survival grind, let the unpleasantness be unpleasant, and keep choosing in the middle of it all to remain the space that witnesses the soul's feeling trapped without trying to fix it, transcend it, or spiritualize it away. That choice, repeated, is what slowly turns the prison into a womb. Since I was feeling this way, they tell me you are not failing the agreement. You are living inside the exact clause that said, When it feels almost impossible, remember that the remembering itself was always the point. The council is not out there fixing anything. It is right here in the willingness to keep feeling what you're feeling without leaving yourself. That is the transmission. If you've made it this far in the video and you have felt this way, please write it in the comments section so that other people can also feel safe to say, me too, I've been feeling that way, so that we can understand that for some of us, especially I guess if we're on the spiritual journey or awakening journey, that we're not alone. And just knowing that and seeing other people being relatable to that just sometimes is all you need to keep pushing past that feeling of just being stuck in this prison on earth.